what will happen in Kogi. It's a supplementary election in a relatively, small area, and one would expect near perfect performance on the part of, INEC in terms of ensuring that the elections, went, peacefully, so that the process of that election can be concluded, and then, other things could follow. Now, for Bayelsa State, of course, it's an interesting state, so to say. If you look at the fact that an incumbent governor, wants to return. A former governor also wants to come back into office. This is the state of the former president of Nigeria. So, in a political sense, you could say that this is one state that the PDP would not want to lose, and it's also one state that the APC would want to win by all means possible. Be that as it may, it also worries some of the reports we've had in terms of violence. And as Professor Okoye was just saying, if some local governments had been, seen or described as having, high risk in terms of, violence, then more attention, should have been played into those areas. Now, there's a question of police having to deploy helicopters. The weather is not favorable. Again, this is quite worrisome because we live in the age of information communication technologies. You could predict the weather. 3-4 days ago, you would have known that the weather might not be conducive for the flying of helicopters. So alternative arrangements, ought to have been made. Now, for Bayelsa, really, the real fear is whether, these, threats or, likely violence, would not, mar the election. Again, I would think that INEC should also do better because if you look at the number of registered voters, it's about 600,000. So we're talking about just 500,000 people. And from past experience, because since 1999, we've been having reduction in the number of those who vote in elections. So at the end of the day, maybe 300,000 or 400,000 people would end up voting in that election. So one would have expected a situation whereby we won't have this instance of many people filling the incidence form, like Sheung Okibaloye was reporting, because of problems, with the permanent voters card and things like that. So all things considered, both elections would definitely prove, another test, case for INEC, and we are going to be holding, INEC, accountable on this election.